Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jandre, and you're watching Channel 17 News. On this week's report, there has been breaking news that unfortunately Tourette syndrome has surprisingly been increasing in Delano, California. And I'm just a reporter, so I am not sure why this is happening. Fortunately, we have a doctor here by the name of Dr. Maramba. He will be joining us right now, and he will be informing us on what Tourette syndrome is. And
Tourette syndrome is involuntary repetitive movements and vocalizations. There are two different types of Tourette syndrome, motor and vocal. Motor Tourette syndrome includes, but not limited to, eye blinking, face grimacing, jaw movements, head bobbing, shoulder shrugging, neck stretching, and arm jerking. Complex motor tics involve multiple muscle groups or combinations of movements and tend to be slower and more purposeful in appearance, such as hopping, twirling, and jumping. Vocal Tourette syndrome includes sniffing, throat clearing, grunting, hooting, and shouting. Complex vocal tics are words or phrases that may or may not be recognizable, but consistently occur out of context. In other cases, the words may be inappropriate, such as swear words, ethnic slurs, or socially unacceptable words or phrases. Typically emerging from the ages of 5 and 7, most often with a motor tic of the head and neck region. They tend to increase the frequency and severity between the ages of 8 and 12. Tourette syndrome affects all races, ethnic groups, and ages, but 3 to 4 times more common in boys than in girls. The conditions that are hereditary, and so genetics clearly play a role in many, if not most of all occurrences of the condition. Environmental or some other factors also may contribute to these disorders, but at present, no specific agent or event had been identified. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Maramba, for explaining to us what Tourette syndrome is and providing awareness for not only me but for all the viewers watching this week's episode of Channel 17 News. And with that being said, that is it for this week's episode. Next week we will actually have an interview with a student that actually has Tourette syndrome. So look forward to that next week at 5 p.m.
Today we're going to be watching a Bozeman video, okay?
Hi, it's Mr. Anderson, and in this video I'm going to talk about anaerobic cellular respiration, or cellular respiration without oxygen.
A few moments later.
Have a pop quiz today.
Why?
Ooh, 50%. Oh, 50%. Oh, 50%. Oh, 50%. Oh, 50%.
Oh my god, did you just see that? That was crazy.
Oh, hi, doctor.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Fernando Niche.
Okay, so the test came in, and apparently you've been diagnosed with Tourette syndrome.
Oh, 50%. Wait, so you're serious?
Yeah.
I have it?
You've been shown positive throughout all the tests.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jandre, and welcome back to yet another episode of Channel 17 News. Now, on last week's episode, I did an interview with Dr. Maramba, and he explained to all of us what Tourette syndrome actually is, and he provided awareness for all of us as well. Now, this week we have an interview with a student that's Tourette's, as I did mention earlier, and right now we should be going to Rigo Reyes as he is live with the student.
This is Rigo Reyes, live reporter for Channel 17 News, and I'm here with
Fernando Niche.
And how long have you had Tourette's?
I've had Tourette syndrome for 2 weeks.
And
50%?
what are the symptoms for Tourette's?
The symptoms for me are like twitching and shaking, and like if I say 50%, it just, it gets me. You know what I mean?
And can you tell me what happened last week when you were taking your AP bio test?
When I was taking my AP 50% test, I started shaking, and then it got worse and worse. And then what happened was
Oh, my knees!
we're having technical difficulties.
It seems that we have been experiencing technical difficulties. Hopefully Fernando, Ali, Knees, and Rigo Reyes are okay. Anyways, that will end this week's episode. Tune in next week as we will get a live interview with Jandre TEB himself and why he has quit YouTube and if there's a possible comeback. Tune in next week.
1 hour later.
All the other kids with the